Now, while that is draining, a lot of people miss this, but if you replace your washer, less chances of it leaking. Now what I got is just some copper washers. So it's just gonna slide on there and replace that old one. And it's just a crush washer. Alright, old oil filter matches the new one. So let me get some oil in that, get that screwed back in underneath. Oil change, quick and easy. Now everyone's gonna have their own likes and what they like to put in there. She takes 10W30. I usually use Pennzoil. It's what's been on every receipt that I found in there, so I just stuck with it. Actually, I like it. I did switch to a full synthetic. She runs a lot smoother with it, and I put in some Lucas oil. Other than that, like I said, quick, simple oil change. She takes 7 quarts. So I got 6 quarts oil, 1 quart of the Lucas oil. All right, no leaking. Cap's back on, she's filled. Now for the fun part. Yep, so air filter's on. Belts look good. That's what I mean by not much room to get my hands down and around to get those spark plugs, so I gotta take the tires off. So let's start her up with that fresh oil. Oil pressure is looking good. All right, so that's done. One thing down. 100,000 more to go. But this is what I meant by my ACs are not working. So the front AC quit working. It still had the old relays and all that, the capacitors, but I replaced the ones on the back. So I was pulling the ones off the back and I dropped that one. Which means now the back one AC does not work either. So I'm waiting for those parts to come in. But it'd be nice to have a working AC in this thing. Whew, it is hot in here. But fun thing is, I think I lucked out finishing that just in time. Look at the sky. You hear thunder off in the background. So I'm going to call it a night for right now, since it looks like it's about to rain. Hopefully I can come out and finish up some more stuff tomorrow morning. See you then. Hello everyone. So it is getting pretty late in the evening, so I'm not for sure how much time I'm going to have. Motorcycle. How much time I'm going to have to get some stuff done. Rain's on the way too, which is just going to make the weather more miserable. But want to start getting stuff done on the inside of the RV. I mean, it's a mess in there. Problem is mice have been in there. Doesn't smell as bad in the RV. Most of the smell is coming from the bays. So I want to start sterilizing the RV, getting it cleaned up, smelling better. It'd be better for my health all around too. So starting out, I'm gonna get these bays cleaned. I actually just got those cedar shakes cleaned. So I got to get those put back on the house. I just threw them in there so they'd stay dry. But yeah. All the bays have some sort of mess in them. Now to start with this bay, this is usually where I keep most of the cleaning stuff and everything for the RV. You see the spare tire going through the bay there. But yeah, I've had some mice in here, some chipmunks. You can see the nice little mouse nest there. So I'll feel better, my health will be better once I get all this cleaned up. So let me get these emptied out. So here I am using the light on my phone so you can see how bright it is lighting up on my hand there. So if I turn this sucker off, you can see how dark it is in here. But yeah, vacuuming, huge difference. But while vacuuming, if you look up, I completely forgot I have lights. So let me get this sucker plugged in and see if any of these work still. I don't think I got replacement bulbs, so yeah. I'll probably update these too to LEDs, make it brighter in here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so get these lights on. I need entry light. That is on. Utility light. So now, when I come out here, we'll start with the next bay. Light. And she works. So shut that light off. You can see the difference there. And see, there's another tiny hole pass through. So if you're confused on why this is not like a full bay pass through, why there's a wall and then there's a little cubby hole. So what it is I have a front engine and then it's a rear wheel drive. So there's a drive shaft going from the transmission all along here, plus the exhaust system back. So that's why that's up and over. And there's a narrow section in between the bays. But it works. All right, everyone, so you get the gist. Vacuum out all the bays. I'm going to continue, but I'm going to leave you guys here until tomorrow morning as I finish working out, vacuuming out all these bays. It is getting a little dark, so not going to make the best footage trying to film in the dark. So I'm going to continue and see you in the morning. Alright, I wanted to show you guys this. So here's that long bay that spare tire fits in. Straps make it so much easier to get the thing pulled out. But if you look here, and if you look on this side, chewed clean through. That right there is probably the main area where the mice are getting in. So I'm gonna have to find a way, and it needs to be replaced anyways by how it's coming down, but find a way to get that to where they can't reach that to chew that in. But yeah, let me get this vacuumed out real quick, and I will show you the worst bay that I got to clean. And I'm hoping, I don't know how well you can see on camera through the trees, but it's getting cloudy out there. They are predicting around 4 o'clock today 100% chance of thunderstorm, which is unfortunately just in a couple hours. So let me get to work here. And okay, now that I got everything pulled out there, you can see the mess carpenter ants make regardless where they're at, and they even burrow into styrofoam. But yeah, this is the type of mess you'll usually see with carpenter ants. That is a huge difference. Smells so much better too. Yep. So I'm hoping with the smell, so essentially what I'm using is an OxyClean for pet smells and everything. So I'm hoping that will help remove the mouse smell, which I could already tell it has greatly. But hopefully the clean smell will help deter them for a while, so I can get some more mouse repellent stuff in here. Alright, I'm going to leave this bay open so it can dry and start working my way down, and then the other side. So see you guys when it's all done. As I'm cleaning the carpets in here, this guy's a little stiff, so I'm going to spray and lube all the ball bearings here and see if that makes an improvement. And let's just work them in and out. It's already an improvement. Nice. Alright. Still a little stiff on the second half, but I'll get those sprayed. Clean this top tray. And if you look, all that rust, there's some metal items in here that decided to just start rusting. So we'll see how well that cleans in just a minute. Alright, so now that the bays are clean, I got just a couple more things to do, and I feel health-wise this RV will be so much better for me to be in it and cleaning. It won't have that mousy odors anymore. But you can look here, let me flip the camera. Good chunk of that rust has come out. But what I'm using here, that right there, has a nice peppermint smell. Now this you could use, let me switch hands here. You could use inside the RV here. Oh, sorry for the shaking. I'm holding the phone with my hand here. So yeah, inside the RV here. And you could just spray it on the ground. Underneath here, help. Up on the wheel wells. Move on to the next bay. So yeah, I used something similar to this when I was living in it full time, and it did make a huge difference with mice down in the bay. For some reason I quit spraying it. The last 2 years, mice got back into it since she's been sitting, and it doesn't help I have all this behind me either, so that'll probably be another project I gotta get caught up on. Alright, so let me finish up with spraying these bays. And there's one last thing I need to show you on what I'm doing to help sanitize the RV from the mouse odors, which will help while I'm on the inside. So see you in a sec. Alright, so last thing to do. Probably hear the fan going. I need the air circulating in here to air it out when I'm done. So this is the next step I'm gonna do. So it already smells way better in here. If you look, it's still a mess, but it smells so much better in here. Just from cleaning out those bays. But till I get those rooftop ACs going, on these hot days I'm going to use the dash AC. So I want that clean air coming through. I spent all that time getting that AC going. I want clean air through it. So to do that, I'm going to spray this in there. So first things first, start this engine up. Got the hood closed today, so we'll see how quiet she is. So first, I'm going to turn on the heat. Gonna leave cold air going, but that way I get those top vents clean too. Since I have this open, I'm cheating. I'm not going outside. So it says she is closed. I guess I will have to go outside. Alright, now that I got the heat duct sprayed, I'm going to kick it over to max AC. And it's going to pull in from the inside here. And I dropped my can. This one I'm going to cheat. It says to go outside and spray, but I'm doing it right here. Alright, so now that I've used half a can cleaning those stacks, shut her off, and we will spray in each of these. Alright, now that all the vents are sprayed, I'm gonna have the fan on high. We'll run the AC, let it cool down in here a little bit. And she just got to run for about 5-10 minutes to let her air out. But what a difference. There's a huge difference in odor in here now, just from that. Alright, so I'm gonna call it here for today. But let the engine run for a good 5-10 minutes, let the ducts air out, and I'm just already huge difference in odor coming up here. Gonna leave that fan going, let it pull through air through and out, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.